I was born and raised in New Jersey. Grew up in a very, I'd say, a pretty religious Christian home. We went to church every Sunday.
I grew up in Brooklyn most of my life. We moved to Israel when I was in kindergarten for 4 years, and we came back when I was starting 4th grade. But it was very, we were very religious. We had no TV. Ever since turning 13, you have to wear white shirts and hat and jacket wherever you go, black hat. Like typical Brooklyn family.
I was raised modern Orthodox Jewish since I was a little kid. That means that you basically live in modern America, you dress modern, you learn secular things, like English, math, science, all the regular stuff that you learn at other schools. But also you directly follow the however 100 many rules that there are.
The Bible was a very big part of our day. I remember as a kid in elementary school, most mornings we'd start off with sort of like Bible study, before we were sent off to school. My mother was a devoutly religious woman. And we grew up with a great respect for religion and a deep love of the church. And I think at a young age we're also challenged to ask questions about God and about faith. My mother was very, very big on encouraging my brother and I to be inquisitive and to ask questions. She never tried to stifle our curiosity.
Just from a really young age, I knew that this was bullshit to some extent. I knew that people kind of were doing this as a way to feel better or as a way to really live on in comfort, not really worrying about, it's obvious, to me it was obvious that the world is finite, that there's nothing, that this is all just chance and that really there's no bigger purpose. The fact that I was born into a very specific religion, I didn't break away because of specific rules or anything. I just really, I wanted to make my own choices, and I knew I didn't believe in this thing. For me, Judaism is a very kind of archaic, old religion, and I feel like in history it's going to be viewed as kind of barbaric. Not violent barbaric, but kind of prehistoric type of thing. I think we'll outgrow it as a society. We don't really need religion anymore.
If I didn't grow up so extreme, probably would have wanted to raise my kids religious. But at this point, that really bad experience is a turnoff altogether. But at the same time, it does feel like maybe something's missing. And I think me going to Israel would help me find that happy medium where I can really know how I want to really figure myself out and how I want to, live the rest of my life.
To people who simply have had negative experiences within Judaism, I think oftentimes they're very legitimate reasons to not. They've had a negative experience with a parent or with a teacher who they associated with, they associated that person as being Judaism or as being the representative of Judaism. And so to have a negative experience with that person, obviously, it makes total sense that you'd have some sort of disconnect from Judaism. But I think if people sort of removed for a second, the emotional aspect of their connection to Judaism and really did look at Judaism from a more intellectual perspective, I think that they'd find, perhaps a new or enhanced reason to adopt or to come back to Jewish culture and to come back to Jewish tradition.
I could see myself keeping Shabbat. I could see myself not being religious at all. But what I hope to see myself is confident in my decision, not wondering if one or the other is right.
I love being Jewish.